What we call it an alumni tournament. That's what we're going to call it. The Historically Speaking Sports Alumni Tournament Selection Show. And this is part one of a two-episode series that we're going to do. And Chuck, I mean, this, like I said, this was your brainchild. This is something that you came up with, which I thought was a really good idea. Just go ahead and go a little bit more in depth in what you thought about with this episode.
It was just something that I've always pondered for, like you mentioned before, a dozen programs, some of the most prestigious programs, also some of these teams, which the larger than life coaches, legendary coaches, larger than life players, legendary players, and just sort of a thing of, okay, what if we took the best of the best from every school, no matter when they played, how long they played, just throw them all on one squad like an all-time alumni team, and we'll just kind of flesh out in terms of who would come out on top. Now, a key
Yeah,
caveat to this is for our listeners to understand is we there's not going to be any pro bias in this because
right.
it's kind of difficult or rather easy to kind of take into account who's the better player based on how their professional careers played out. But
Yeah.
we're focusing strictly on college careers because as we'll get into, there's a lot of instances in which the guy that wound up being the better pro player, a more dominant pro player, he wasn't the better college player,
Right. That's right.
so and that's what we're focusing on strictly in terms of the college, the player that they were in college. And then we're going to flesh out, basically we kind of made it parallel to the concept of the 12 team NCAA football playoff. We're going
Yes.
to have 12 teams, 4 byes, 8 others, and then we're just gonna flow all the way through until we can on a consensus level reach a national champion, not only in terms of the team that would win, but also today we're going to reach a consensus on what the teams would consist of, mostly for the players, but also in some instances coaches, because you did have some of these programs that have had multiple very good legendary coaches. So we're going to flesh all of that out today. So stay tuned, folks.
Allow me to introduce the teams that are going to be in their seeding. Okay. And in the tradition of the tournament, we do it just like this. Seed number one goes to the UCLA Bruins. The number two seed, the Kentucky Wildcats. The number three seed, the Yukon Huskies. The fourth seed, North Carolina Tar Heels. Fifth seed will be the Indiana Hoosiers. Sixth seed, Kansas Jayhawks. Seventh seed is the Duke Blue Devils. Eighth seed, Michigan State Spartans. Ninth seed, Syracuse Orange. The 10th seed would be the Georgetown Hoyas. The 11th seed would be the Arizona Wildcats. And rounding up the group, the 12th seed, the LSU Tigers. And of course, we include them because we're homers. Okay? We're homers.
Deal with it.